5,000 years of monetary history, and every single system followed the same 5 stages before it died. Creation, trust, abuse, collapse, replacement. Grain tokens in Sumer, silver coins in Rome, paper notes in China, the dollar after 1971. Same pattern, same ending. And if you've been watching this channel, you've already seen every stage play out. You just didn't see how they connect. Until now. This is Money Origins, where we trace how money was born, how it broke, and what came next. And this one ties it all together. Over 29 videos, we've walked through civilizations that built their money from nothing and watched that money unravel. Today, those aren't separate stories anymore. They're one story. And by the end, you'll see exactly where we sit inside it right now and what the 2 possible next chapters look like. Every monetary cycle starts the same way. Not with greed, not with power. With a problem. Mesopotamian farmers needed to track grain debts across seasons, so they pressed tokens into clay tablets. That was money. Not coins, not paper, just a shared record that 2 people agreed to trust. It worked because it solved something real. When Lydian minted the first standardized coins around 600 BC, the problem was different. Merchants were tired of weighing and testing raw metal at every transaction. A stamped coin said, "This weight, this purity, guaranteed by the state." Problem solved. Trade exploded across the Mediterranean. Paper money in Song Dynasty China solved yet another problem. Coins were too heavy for large transactions over long distances. A merchant's receipt, backed by deposited coin, could travel lighter and faster. Quick note. This isn't financial advice, and I'm not predicting specific outcomes for any asset. This is history, and history doesn't guarantee repetition. But the pattern here is worth understanding. Every new form of money answers a friction that the old form couldn't handle anymore. That's stage 1. Creation. And it always feels like progress, because it is. Stage 2 is where the magic happens. Society adopts the new money. Trade accelerates. Wealth grows. Rome's denarius became so trusted that it circulated far beyond the empire's borders. Tribes in Germania and merchants in India accepted it. That trust wasn't just economic, it was almost spiritual. The coin carried the emperor's face, and the emperor's face meant certainty. But here's where the monetary cycle turns. Stage 3, abuse, never announces itself. It creeps. Roman emperors started reducing the silver content in the denarius. Not dramatically, not all at once. A little shaving here, a little copper mixed in there. Each emperor justified it. Wars to fund, borders to defend, people to feed. The coin still looked the same, but the metal inside was quietly hollowing out. And that's the thing about stage 3. It can last generations. People keep spending the money, markets keep functioning, but underneath, the foundation is eroding. Stage 4, collapse, arrives when the gap between what the money promises and what it actually holds becomes undeniable. Diocletian's price edicts, Weimar Germany's wheelbarrows of banknotes, Zimbabwe's $100 trillion bills. The details change, the mechanism is identical. Trust shatters. And once trust in money breaks, it doesn't crack gradually, it snaps. And then, stage 5, replacement. A new form of money emerges, one that solves the problem the old system created. and the cycle restarts. So here's the question this entire channel has been building toward. Where are we? In 1971, the United States severed the dollar's last connection to gold. Since then, every major currency on Earth has been fiat, backed by government promise, not by any physical commodity. That decision solved a real problem. The gold supply couldn't keep pace with global economic growth. Fiat money creation gave governments flexibility to respond to crises, fund expansion, stabilize markets. That was stage one. Stage two, trust, held strong for decades. The dollar became the world's reserve currency. Global trade was denominated in it. Nations held it as their primary savings. And now, well, now the pattern gets uncomfortable. Expanding money supplies, purchasing power declining decade after decade, debt levels that would have been unthinkable 40 years ago. If you've been watching this channel, you recognize these signals. This is what stage 3 looks like from the inside. It looks normal, until it doesn't. The future of money is being shaped right now by two candidates for stage 5. Bitcoin, decentralized, capped supply, outside government control, and CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, fully programmable, fully traceable, fully controlled. One proposes freedom from the pattern, the other proposes deeper integration into it. Bitcoin versus CBDC isn't a technology debate. It's a question about what the next monetary cycle will feel like to live inside. 5,000 years, same 5 stages: creation, trust, abuse, collapse, replacement. We've traced this history of money pattern across civilizations, continents, and centuries on this channel. And every single time, the cycle completed. The only question that's ever mattered is what comes next. And for the first time in history, we might actually get to choose. Worth keeping in mind, none of this is a prediction or financial recommendation. It's a pattern, and patterns deserve attention. If this one gave you something to think about, a like helps it reach more people. And if you've made it through all 30 episodes, subscribe. This conversation is far from over.